Okay, with the insight practice, you have to, first of all, experience the contents of consciousness, which means you move out of the ego mind, which is dealing with the world, therefore editing and censoring everything that goes on, because if you felt it all, you wouldn't be able to function. So here's what happens. You sit down, you look inside, and you remember something. You say, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed about that. Or I'm so angry about that. Or I still have resentment about that. I feel so guilty about that. I'm feeling fear and anxiety. So the minute you sit down, you look inside, you see why we avoid it. Because for people that live complex lives, what you find there is oftentimes uncomfortable. Now, why do we experience discomfort first? Because more often than not, it's the discomfort that symptomizes into the conscious life, the ego mind. Now, deeper in there is gratitude. There is beauty. There are many beautiful things in there. But they're typically covered up by the havoc in the ego self. Now, if you're functioning in the world in a conscious ego mind, you don't live that out, but it definitely symptomizes. So some people say your inner practice should be pierce through the havoc and the chaos, straight to gratitude. And I say, don't do that, because although it's beautiful to feel gratitude, you've skipped the most important work. I'll give you a little anecdote. I went to an introductory session on spiritual thinking and just kind of see what other people do, and the person gave a teaching that said, greet every moment with gratitude. So you can imagine what I instantly thought. Let me go to Syria, find a family where they've just been hit with a barrel bomb by Assad. And I'm going to tell them, greet every moment with gratitude. Yes, Greenberg said, don't utter a theology that you cannot say to a woman in Auschwitz whose child was just thrown into a fire. If you can't say it there, don't say it anywhere. So when people say some kind of platitude, I haven't had that in my office, but I've heard people in terrible, terrible places. Terrible things have been done to them. Terrible things have happened to their family. And if I would say, accept every moment with gratitude, it would be so profoundly hurtful. And I would be a person who operates on platitudes instead of the existential state of the person in front of me. So if I had to say, how should I greet every moment? I would say, well, first with resilience. Resilience. Don't let it knock me off my center. And if there is something beautiful, I'll feel grateful. And if it's not something beautiful, I'll be resilient enough to hold the line until I come up with what I should do. So you want to, first glance, I try to live life with a resilience, so whatever happens, I'm not thrown off the moral core that I have decided I want to be my day-to-day character. So as one goes into the higher self and you look down, the reason we deal with the havoc is if we can learn to center that, the work we do that emanates out into our character. So the first thing is look what's happening within. Look what's happening within, and whatever's happening within, name it. Simply name it. Say, I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling resentful. I'm feeling fear. I'm feeling anxiety. Something good pops up, and I'm feeling grateful, and I'm feeling love. Whatever comes up, just name it. At a higher level, you say, you are feeling. Okay? I don't recommend this to beginners because it sounds too odd. But at a certain point when you go up, you want to both identify the contents of consciousness and disidentify from them. So there's a weird little linguistic turn you take. You say, there's anger, or you're feeling angry. Not I am angry. I mean, that's not what I am, actually. I am something much more complex than one emotion. I am the person up in Da'at looking down and trying to regulate my inner life so I can bring goodness and holiness to my life. That's who I am. I don't want to forget who I am. I am the guy doing this practice with a vision. The anger's down there. It's happening to me. So one of the first things you do is you try to step into dot. That can only begin when you look down and identify. That the practice of naming and identifying perforce pushes you up into dot. If you want to know how to get to dot, look down into your ego self, name what you see there, and try to see it. Remember, if you see it, you don't have to be it. See it as happening to you, not defining who you are.
Oh, say shalom,